I am a man of peace. It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history. And I'm not saying this for effect, nor to sell a book. I'm trying to awaken people. But look at the morons around you. Go walk in the street. At the want and at the wish to not offend people who think I'm peddling a book, I have to mention my great new book. First of all, the good news is, despite the censoring, despite no appearance on Fox News ever, zero. Fox News, conservative outlet, are you kidding me? Zero. Michael Savage officially banned. ABC, CBS, NBC banned. CNBC banned. Despite the media blackout, the audience is so loyal. We just got the news this morning. It's number 2 on the Barnes & Noble bestseller list. We don't know what it'll be on the New York Times list. God knows they manipulate that one.
Savage.
Well, that was it. I was really fired up. And I think that's all play of that today. And I'll notify you later the minute I hear from my publisher as to where it lands on the list for this week. I've got stiff competition. I'm up against the factory, the O'Reilly factory. You know, killing Patton, killing this one. The only one missing is killing O'Reilly by him. But that's a joke. Come on, I'm not wishing him any harm. You know what a wonderful man he is. But that would end the series. I wouldn't have any competition. In that sense, come on, don't say I'm violating. I didn't say. So I got that. Then Limbaugh put out a cartoon book. I was against that. Trump came out with a book this week. I'm against that. Massive publicity. I have no publicity but my own show. I like being a salmon swimming upstream. I've always liked to spawn my own ideas. Back in a minute.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now. 855-400-SAVAGE. 855-400-7282. Savage.
The Savage Nation is sponsored by Swiss America, the only company I trust with my financial future. Call 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com. The only thing that people don't believe. Someone sent me that. Yeah, truth is the only thing that people don't believe. How do you like that one? Lies, San Francisco Chronicle, they eat it up. New York Times lies, they love it. Do I have to say the word B.O. again? How many times do I have to say the same thing? I don't think the man knows what the truth is. You know, that's what a psychopath is, as an individual doesn't even know when they're lying. They do it by habit. But let's not go there. You know, I'm trying to relax today. It's a swing day during the week, Wednesday. The weather turned out here on the West Coast, thank God, and was like right on time. Drought, world coming to an end. Mars, die, everyone's dead. Never gonna rain. A storm hit the Sierras the other night. Snow. They're running to ski this weekend. Reservoirs are overflowing. But and then we read this morning. Did you hear the story this morning? This is hilariously great. So I want to link it up on michaelsavage.com. Where is it? I hope it's up because I'm groping. The one on global warming. I don't know where they put it. We're actually going into global cooling. Not here. I can't find anything on my own website. I don't know where anything goes. Gay rape and military, no, it's not that one. Pope's liberal bent, no, it's not that one. San Fran throws out bum sheriff, murky commie, not that one. Here, global cooling from London Express. Decade-long ice age predicted as the sun hibernates. I love this story. First of all, I like cool weather. So I'm glad God is cooperating for my needs. No, that's not the reason. Come on. I'm just pulling your leg. Scientists claim we're in for a decade-long freeze as the sun slows down solar activity by up to 60%. A team of European researchers have unveiled a scientific model showing that the Earth is likely to experience a mini ice age from 2030 to 2040 as a result of decreased solar activity. Their findings will infuriate environmental campaigners who argue by 2030 we could be facing increased sea levels and flooding due to glacial melt at the poles. At the National Astronomy meeting in Wales, Northumbria University professor Valentina Zarkova said fluctuations of an 11-year cycle of solar activity the sun goes through would be responsible for a freeze, the like of which has not been experienced since the 1600s. You know, that was the mini ice age. You think of Dickens stories, early Charles Dickens, when it was freezing in London, remember? People frozen. From 1645 to 1715, global temperatures dropped due to low solar activity so much that the planet experienced a 70-year ice age known as the Maunder Minimum, which saw the River Thames in London completely frozen. And they say that's what's going to happen. The researchers have now developed a double dynamo model that can better predict when the next freeze will be. And based on current cycles, they predict solar activity dwindling for 10 years from 2030. Professor Zarkova said 2 magnetic waves will cancel each other out in about 2030, leading to a drop in sunspots and solar flares about 60%. Well, I don't want to read anymore. You can read it yourself. Now, this is going to freak out all of the liars and thieves in the green business because there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the sun, my friends. Stop being so helio. You want to be humocentric? You run the universe now? Do you realize what egotism is involved in the global warming movement? We talk about false data in order to cash in on it. That's a given. Everyone knows that. But put aside that, it's an egotism that you don't even understand how great it really is. They're not geocentric or heliocentric. They're self-centric. They think they're so important that they can control the Earth's temperature. Do you understand that part of it? The psychosis of the global warmists? They're all mentally ill and liars and thieves and criminals, in my estimation. Have a nice sunspot.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
Trump. I just couldn't take it, the BS job every day. I don't know how he does it. I look at the campaign. I really don't know where he gets the energy to put up with the vermin in the media like that and not blow up. I don't know how he does it. I don't have a temper for it. I'd blow up at him and call him what I think of him. You think I'd put up with that from CNBC? I wouldn't. You think I'd take it from Anderson Cooper? I wouldn't. I'd undercut him. I tell him what I think of them, and I ask them about their personal life if they get personal. They want to undercut me? I'll give it to them right in the guts. So that's why I'm not running for anything. That's why I love radio. 3 hours a day is quite enough of campaigning for a real America. So just a few minutes, indulge yourself. Yesterday, I said it's not all about complaining and doom and gloom, and I had 41 solutions for the government zero that we have right now, and I read 16 of them, right? I did 1 through 17. Yesterday, I did 1 through 16, right? I'm not going to read them again. You can read them yourself in the back of Government Zero, because it's in there. If you think I'm just complaining, you're wrong. So I ended with allow profiling and security investigations. And then I went into 17. Demand Congress declare war against ISIS and destroy them. ISIS claims to be a formal state. They control territory, have declared war on the United States, and have killed American citizens. This is a no-brainer. Declare war and win it decisively. The rules of engagement should go no further than what is required by the Geneva Conventions. 18. And Katzenberg, Ratzenberg, and Geffen are going to love this one. You could see why I'm banned in Hollywood and on Fox News. Why I'm not allowed on Fox News. Close all tax loopholes for Hollywood. No one's ever suggested this. Hollywood has become a fountain of anti-Americanism and has tax incentives to keep churning out the garbage it has been creating. Close them. Let them survive without the government's help. You don't know what tax advantages Katzenberg, Ratzenberg get from Obama. You have no idea what they do with that, what they do down there. 19. Fund all climate science research to include the skeptics. 20. Withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Partnership because we don't know the terms of Obama's secret trade deal. 21. Withdraw from NAFTA. 22. Narrow the Federal Reserve's mandate to a strong dollar and stable prices. And this is one for Zuckerberg. 23. End the H-1B visa program. We have STEM workers unemployed and ready to start tomorrow. We don't need to bring in temporary help from other countries. Big business will have to pay the market rate here in the United States. Mark, end the H-1B visa programs. 24. Institute a flat tax. 25. Reinstate the Glass-Steagall Act. I'm not going to tell you what that is. 26. Reinstate the Wall Street uptick rule. Not going to explain it. You'll have to read the book. 27. Privatize the regulation of Wall Street. 28. Oh, here's a good one for the lawyers. 28. Institute tort reform. Institute tort reform. Let the tort lawyers go out and make an honest living. And there's a real way to do this. Frivolous lawsuits and ridiculously disproportionate awards also drive up medical costs. States should cap medical liability at $250,000 per claim. This is one thing my home state of California did right, and it worked. 29. Eliminate government employee pensions. The pension is an outdated concept that never really worked. Virtually no one in the private sector is guaranteed a pension by their employer. Why should government employees receive them? Existing pensions must be renegotiated to reflect economic reality. 30. End affirmative action. 31, defund federal unemployment benefits. 32, limit welfare benefits. 33, end bulk collection of data by NASA. 34, make all state universities and colleges free speech zones. 35, defend freedom of speech against radical Islam. 36, restore freedom of religion in the military. 37, defend religious freedom in business. 38, restore religious freedom in schools. 39, defend freedom of the press. 40, oppose military exercises in our cities and towns. And that's it. That's it. 40 plans, 40 statements, 40 programs, which I call 40 actions to save America. These are the top 40 that are listed in Government Zero. For those of you looking for solutions, there you go. WVNN in Alabama. Larry, go ahead. You're on the Savage Nation.
Yes, Dr. Savage, I really appreciate you talking about the solutions to our problems, just as opposed to what our problems are. However, I think you're missing one, and that is, I agree with almost everything you just said. I think it's spot on 100%. But the problem is the people who say they're going to implement these things have been lying to us. They would not defund Obamacare. They would not stop the illegal immigration. The problem is... In
other words, we have a corrupt criminal government who Obama says that with those of us who see him as being corrupt and criminal, he calls us names. Did you hear what Obama said about those of us who see him for what he is and what the political establishment is? You got to play clip 2 again. Listen to your president. Tell me if you agree or disagree with me or him. Listen to clip 2.
I do think that what's different this time is that particularly in the Republican Party, you have, I think, the most disgruntled or suspicious of Washington portion of the electorate that is driving the process. But there hasn't been, maybe because of super PACs, a winnowing down of the process.
All right, you get the picture. Anyone who opposes the liar is paranoid, disgruntled, and suspicious. Now, Stalin had a solution to that. He built slave labor camps. Barry could build re-education camps. Right now they're operating in our schools and universities and in corporations. It's called diversity training. That's a re-education program run by the fascist state. Yeah, I'm one of the disgruntled, suspicious American voters, Barry. I'm really disgruntled that a man of your low caliber could get to such a high place and not have been impeached or put in jail by now. I'm really disgruntled that Mitch McConnell gets away with what he gets away with. I'm very disgruntled that there's no opposition party. I'm really suspicious of the media, Barry, because there is no media, Barry. Yeah. Then we have Hillary's huge gaffe where she says former presidents should not have to disclose criminal history. What a slip of the tongue this is. You got to listen to clip 3. Listen to the slip of the tongue on the serpent in clip 3.
Earlier today, I announced that as president, I will take steps to ban the box, so former presidents won't have to declare their criminal history at the very start of the hiring process.
Did you hear this?
That way, they'll have a chance to be seen as more than just someone who's done time. They'll have a chance to be evaluated on their skills.
I know her voice is like chalk on a blackboard. How can anyone vote for this creature? What does she mean? I'll take steps to ban the box so former presidents won't have to declare their criminal history? I wonder who she was thinking of. How that slip of the tongue occurred. Wait a minute. I got a treat for you today. Yeah, I got a little treat for you. I got to see something here. Years ago, I wrote a book that didn't sell that well. It was really good, called No One Does This in the History of the World. When they have a current book, they never talk about a past book. But I'll do it. It's called The Political Zoo. I want to look up what I wrote about Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it was funny. There's a lot of stuff in it that's still funny. And then you'll find out why I'm banned on Fox News, because Bill O'Reilly is in there. Rush Limbaugh is in. Oh, my God. Larry King is in there. I hope they never saw this book. John Kerry is in there. Hold it. Let me see. Nancy Pelosi. What did I call? What's her name? Clinton? Hillary? She's got to be in here. Here it is. Page 100. Here. Page 100. George Clooney. Blando. Wiscaris. No. Page 100. What I did was, because I took Hillary Clinton, I called her the limber leopard. And I gave her a Latin binomial. Peronista manipulatus. It's funny. And the cartoons were good. I found a young lady who did wonderful cartoons, and Hillary was drawn as a leopard. It's really not insulting. It's just a little sarcastic. The limber leopard, an agile and extremely dangerous member of the cat family, is native to the Great Lakes, but adapted surprisingly well to the remote